Today at the Pollywog Cabin, we'll be doing a podcast with the Lutter Hunt crew, and you already know the Pollywog Cabin. Don't miss.
All right, so we're back with another Lutter Hunt podcast. We're at the Pollywog Cabin today, and we got Mr. Jake. And we actually filmed a podcast with him a couple months ago, I think, around before hunting season, and we had some technical difficulties with it. Colin's mic cut out because there was loud boats passing.
We tried to do it outside, and now we inside to kind of help with that because it's on the water, so there was some boats passing and it messed up the mics, but now we inside.
So we had some troubles with that, so we said we're going to redo it and get it inside so that doesn't bother us this time. But Jake, if you want to introduce yourself and talk about what you do.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for having me. My name is Jake Valois from Marksville, Louisiana. I'm 40 years old. I have a wife, 2 sons. Of course, owner of the Pollywog Cabin brand, Cajun content. I'm also, my primary job is a boat captain on the Mississippi River.
Yeah, we wanted to, so I had been seeing his videos popping up on TikTok. They start out you paddling up, and I had no idea that he lived 10 minutes down the road. And somebody had told me that. I was like, oh, we need to get him on the podcast. So now we're here.
Yeah. I've seen y'all too on social media.
Yeah.
I've always watched y'all videos and thought y'all was doing something really cool.
Appreciate it. You too.
Yeah, appreciate that.
I watch it every time one would pop up. I watch it.
I know,
and then I would try to cook, and it wouldn't taste as good as it looked.
It didn't taste as good as it looked on the screen?
Yeah, I can't cook.
You got to brown your onions, bro.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you. I've seen a couple of your videos, and I'll be like, all right, that's what I'm cooking for supper tonight. I'll go grab something out the freezer. But it is cool, like Colin said, somebody around here besides, us, there's not many people that do that, make content and stuff like that. So it's pretty
I don't know anybody.
I don't
Do
either.
you know anybody who does kind of the hunting, cooking,
Man.
Cajun, like in Marksville?
Maybe a little, but not on
Yeah.
the extent and level that I guess we do it on.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Not in I don't know anyone in like Marksville and Voss Parish, but I know like down south there's a couple people like that Brit's cooking.
Oh, there's a bunch of people in Louisiana.
She's pretty famous.
Yeah.
She just cooks, like Cajun food and stuff.
There's a lot of popular people who do it in Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
Because we know how to cook. Everybody
Yeah.
sees that and they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
dang, what is this?
Yeah.
Have y'all noticed lately how many people have started cooking, like cooking channels, like
Yeah.
especially women, like on TikTok especially? I see like Brit's
Yeah.
cooking. She used to be the main one, and like I said, I would watch your videos, I watch hers. I'd pick something I cook it for supper. Now,
Yeah.
dude, I scroll
Yeah, thousands.
and there's thousands of people that do it, which is good. Everybody's getting views. It's cool, but
I think it's a good thing, and it's something clean, pretty clean
Yeah.
out there for people to watch, and it's good that a lot of people are interested. My personal goal is to kind of merge into getting away from that cliche type thing to where you create your own personal vibe that is different from
yeah,
everything else, and that really describes the way you were raised and grew up. But I did, when I first entered it, was just kind of like the basic, hey, this is what we cooking, because that's what everybody wanted to see.
Yeah.
And over time, I figured, you know what, let's just kind of get a little bit away from the repetitiveness.
Yeah.
And give something more authentic.
Mm-hmm. When you catch my attention is when it comes on and it's like, today we'll be cooking a frog leg pasta or something. Like something I never heard of. That's when I'm like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah.
I like those. And I don't see a lot of people doing like different stuff like that. I don't, at least.
a lot of people go with like something generic, something that's easy to make, easy to post. But that's
Yeah.
what makes yours, creative and different.
Yeah, I think the content creators in Louisiana, I think people just like to see Louisiana videos because I don't know if y'all know that guy. His name's Mr. Weatherall, and he videos like
Oh yeah, like the Mardi
he's
Gras
a DJ,
stuff.
but he videos like
Oh, yeah,
Mardi
yeah,
Gras
yeah.
stuff and post it. And I'll go read the comments, and dude, there's like thousands. I mean, he has videos that get 20 million views. There's thousands of comments, and I'll go just look through them, and it's every comment is someone being like, "I have to go to Louisiana one day. I have
Yeah,
to
it's
go
a
to
different
Louisiana."
breed.
Yeah, these Louisiana people are just like, I guess from the outside looking in, like
Yeah.
the culture,
Yeah.
And you could tell, like, when you go to other states, the food, like, our gas station
Oh yeah, I've been
food.
around. I've eaten food in a lot of
Yeah.
states, and it's normally not that great, unseasoned.
Well, it all comes down to the way that it happened. You know, when Cajuns were exiled out of Nova Scotia, pretty much left in Louisiana, hopefully to not survive. And when you have to learn to survive in areas, you know, in the swamps and things like that, it creates character.
Yeah.
And it creates when you start cooking whatever you can find in the swamp, rather it be a raccoon, possum, nutria-rat, of course crawfish, all these other things, and you want it to taste good, of course. So just all that comes from just being left to pretty much die, and then we thrived rather than fizzled away. That created character, and not only that, but the different cultures we have that settled in Louisiana, you know, between Native American, just a big mixture of people, and we all somehow find a way most of the time to get along and have fun together.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of a little history on that.
Well,
Go ahead.
one of the questions we wanted to ask you, we did it last time. And have you ever made a video about how this cabin got here? Have you ever done that? Like
I don't
the
think so.
story, how it came about?
No.
Well, let's do it right now. How did you get to this point to where, like, how did you? There was a time before this cabin was here, you know.
Yeah.
Go back to then and come to now.
Well, it started, of course, like most things in your mind, you know, a vision. When I was a kid, I would be in school and I would draw this cabin repetitively.
Really?
Because it's just where I wanted to be, and I guess it made me feel good drawing it. And I'll draw little pictures of me crawfishing in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my mom telling me that the teacher wanted me to kind of quit drawing in class, but he couldn't tell me to stop, because when he passed by my desk and seen what I was drawing, he was intrigued. Like, this little dude's drawing like a little Cajun guy crawfishing, fishing. He got a little raccoon on the roof running around. He's like, I can't tell him to stop.
Yeah.
So later on, as I got a little older, let's just say I was 10 years old, I wanted that to be a physical reality and not just on paper. And I begged my dad to come in the woods. We lived on the Red River, and I begged him to go out there and help me build a little cabin. So he come out there with his chainsaw and just cut up some old wood we had, and he put me 4 walls up with a roof. It was very, very small. And I called it the Fish Head Club, because all the friends started piling up back there. And I would build fires, cook a fish that day on the fire. It was before, you know, we had phones and cameras, and it was just such a good feeling when I would go there, especially like after school, a day at school, them pounding things into your head as a kid. I remember the first thing I would do is throw my book sack off in the driveway. I didn't get to that house yet, and I passed the house up and ran straight to my little cabin. And if I could just sit there for 10 minutes, I was good. Yeah. And I think that's also a part of being in God's creation, just away from what we've created in a worldly sense. But anyway, that was the little Fish Head Club. All my friends would go there. We'd fish, hunt. We'd bring back blackbirds. You know, we'd say, hey, you go this way. You go this way. I'm going to start the fire. And, man, we had so much good times doing that and for hardly nothing, you know. We had a couple BB guns. Later on, in my teenage years, I got away from all that, you know. Got into drinking, of course, partying, doing a lot of things I probably shouldn't have done. I wouldn't say I'd take back those times because I learned a lot, but it was pretty miserable, to say the least. I got away from nature, got away from God, got away from the little cabin thing. But later on, eventually, I had the urge. I always had the urge. It was still in me to come back to that feeling of being at my little cabin, just like I did when I was a kid. So later on, I got hired on in New Orleans on the tugboats. And I spent 7 years with a really good Cajun cook. His name was Morel Sotomayor, I call him. And he, I'll tell him about the little cabin that I had behind the levee growing up. And he said, man, we need to build you another one. I said, I don't know how to build. I don't know where to start. I don't even know where to get the land. So we were looking through the Marksville newspaper in New Orleans on the tugboats. And he seen where they had a little piece of land for sale, which is the land this cabin's on now. He said, look, there you go, right there, $6,500. I said, ain't no way I'm going to be able to buy that. He said, buy it anyway. All right. So I bought the property, and he helped me get a foundation going. We cleared out a little spot with a chainsaw, started building the walls, put the roof on, and he said, well, you got it from here. And I would still call him. You know, even my dad, too. I'd call my dad over. Man, I really need to know how to put this window in. But going back to the feeling of it, as I would build it, I was so excited. I was getting that feeling back finally that I had left for so many years. Every board I put up it was exciting. There was times I would paddle my pirogue from my mom and dad's house with a couple boards in it because the water was too high to just, drive here. I'd put up a couple boards per day or whatever it was. And eventually it turned into the Pollywog Cabin.
Yeah.
And till this day, this is where my peace of mind is a lot of times. And now my kids are able to enjoy it, my wife now. And it's the Pollywog Cabin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was too long of a story to get here.
No, you good.
Yeah.
Didn't you, last time you talked about you and your wife had lived here for a little while? Or do I remember that correctly?
Yeah.
How was that?
I had a house at the time, and I decided I wanted to just move out of the house into the Pollywog Cabin. So I put a for sale sign up on it and sold it. So I had to live here. And that was before I even had running water. I would take a shower. I would get water from my mom and dad's place. I'd keep a 50-gallon drum of water on the front porch. I'd heat it up in a gumbo pot. And with a coffee cup, I would take a shower. And eventually I met my wife. She was living in Lafayette. And she had an apartment there. And one day we were joking, and she said, I said, well, you ought to just move to Pollywog Cabin with me. I said, we could both save money. You won't have to pay that rent anymore. We joked about that for a while. And one day she said, I might try that. And I had already been here for 2 years. So I said, well, I'm going to have to put some running water, make sure electricity's all good. So I added on to it, made it livable for regular people.
Yeah.
And she moved in, so she stayed with me, I think, for 2 years while we saved up money to build our house we have now. And but I tell you what, we had some fun. We fished every afternoon just about. She'd get off of work, we'd load the boat up, take off. We'd go fishing or hunting, watch movies at night. You hear the rain hit the roof. I miss that at my house now. Just hearing the rain really hard on the roof.
Y'all moved back in, whole family.
Yeah. Dude, I would do it in a heartbeat. I think they got a little comfortable.
Yeah.
Or she did. Yeah. Which I don't blame her. I mean, but yeah, when it comes to my happiness level, it was the same here as in the other place. And I think that means a lot too, is they say if you can be happy with a little, you'll be happy with a lot. It's a mindset. And I don't care. I mean, if God took that house from me or whatever it may be, and I had to come back here, that's fine. Because I know my happiness where it's at and where I'm grounded. And that's, I have faith in that. So everything
That's
else.
awesome.
That's important. I kind of feel the same way. Like, I mean, I don't need to be a rich man by any means. If I have a boat to go fish and hunt in, I have a lab, and I have a wife, and a house to live in, I'm good. I don't need nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need all that extra stuff in life. And I mean, I guess to each his own, but that's just how I feel,
And you'll have those things, that you want throughout time. I always say first seek God and his kingdom, and all of those things will come to you anyway. So if you want to be prosperous, you want to increase in your business or whatever it may be, if you're seeking his kingdom first, he's going to lead you into those things if it's meant for you regardless. So, and that's easier said than done sometimes, because, we want something. We want it now, and worldly temptations are going to tell us, hey, you need this or you need that. And I fell for it many times, and sometimes I still do. But overall, we're growing in faith, and I think put it in his hands, he's not gonna steer you wrong.
Right. He'll put you where you need to be, definitely. Like you said, I mean, a cabin that you drew as a kid is now like one of your happiest places that you can come to.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool how you said, because it's crazy. I saw somebody in the gas station this morning before we came, and they asked me what I was doing today. I told them we would come and, hang out with you and make some content and stuff. And it's crazy how many people have come to know you, especially from, all over, but around here too. Just from you, like you said, finding a piece of property on a newspaper so many years ago and putting a cabin here and making it what it's become today is pretty cool. But, yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was cool.
I appreciate that.
We talked about it before we started the podcast, and I wish we would have been recording it, but we were talking about how you like to include, the Bible in your videos and all that.
Yeah.
And how, you use your platform to do that with it,
Yeah.
I think that's cool. We probably need to do it more, but I feel like we do. Like the podcast is definitely a place where we try to include that in our conversations.
But not as many people watch our podcast as...
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah. Like, we went and talked to that church youth group. That was probably, 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And I love that, man. Like, if we could do stuff like that every couple weeks, it's just a win-win for everyone. Because, a lot of the people that watch us and stuff are little kids.
Yeah.
So they really like us and actually look up to us, so that's a big weight to have little kids that look up to you,
Mm-hmm.
So, like, go and talk to them, and they see, like, oh, these guys, because they still probably think of us as young, 20s. So they're like, oh, these guys are young, and they are Christians and, like, love God and go to church, and they're like, okay, well, it might be cool to do that,
Mm-hmm.
in a little kid's eyes. I feel like that's how they would probably see it,
I mean, I just think as a Christian, if you have a platform like this, you should use it as one of your tools to make disciples, spread the gospel. That's what you're supposed to do. And we had a big conversation about it before the podcast. I wish it would have been recorded, but
yeah, I think that's a good mindset. Looking at it that way, because just imagine that one or two or hundreds of kids that actually watch. Because my content wasn't always clean, or my lifestyle wasn't always clean when I started. And still, of course, I still do things that aren't. But once I started noticing kids watching, and I had kids of my own, and you realize that there's so much negativity or evil or bad out there, you have to try to bring some type of balance or something else for them to turn to when they're approached with the other side,
Yeah.
Something like a good versus evil thing. Just that they may be at a pivot point in their life where they could take either way, and they look at y'all. I'm gonna go hang out with these guys for the day, and they take the right road.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, their life is
on
the right track.
Yeah.
And I think that's a responsibility for me now to promote that. And some people will approach me and say, "Man, that might hurt your views, or that might hurt you." I don't care. I mean, I'm standing on business when it comes to the guy who put me here.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm ready for all the smoke, because without him, what's it anyway?
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at it now, and there's gonna be a lot of people on board with that. If you filter out the other ones that want to take the other route, that's fine. Hopefully they'll see the light eventually. But for me, I've seen what it's done in my life. And I see the truth behind it now. As I seek it, more and more truth, I notice it's not just a thing that people just talk about or something that it's actually it's truth. And anything you use it behind, let's say my Bible, if I have a question or a problem or I'm looking for answers, if I open the book and I'll find it in there, and it's going to be the right answer every single time. And if you don't find the answer, it'll come to you later. So I'll put everything on that.
Yeah, and I wanna give you credit. The way you do it is perfect. Like, I like the way you do it. You'll start out, your videos will start out you paddling in saying I'm gonna be cooking this or whatever today. And then while it's cooking, you'll come sit right here by this thing and you'll open up. I seen a Bible like that. That is the right way to do it, because I'm a Christian. I like when Christian videos pop up, somebody teaching me something about the Bible, I'll watch them. But if I'm honest with you, if there's a dude sitting there, video starts out, he's holding his Bible like this, he's like, I'm going to tell you today about this verse. I swipe.
Yeah,
I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
I'll watch yours. You bring the person in and then present it, and especially for a little kid with attention, not a good attention span. That's the way to. I wanted to give you credit. That's a good way to do it. I like the way you do it.
And I want to give people value in a way that, hey, it's not just reading the book, but the world behind the book that was created.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much to enjoy from the whole thing. So, hey, let me show them the joy of that whole aspect of things that's out there. Of course, you got to read to find it. But on the outside, it's unlimited joy, answers, just, in today's world, you hear all you hear about is anxiety or depression. And
Oh, yeah.
I promise you, you pick up the book, you look for the answers, you seek, and you're going to find it.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll find happiness. You'll find, your anxiety levels just going out the window, and you'll be fine.
Something about it.
It takes a little work, though, just like everything else. Faith without works is dead. So it takes work. You gotta really seek it. Just like if I wanted to build this cabin again, I'd have to start building it. You gotta put work to get there. You can't just sit back and wait for it to approach you.
It won't just appear for you.
Yeah, no, God will do some things where He'll approach you and say, "Hey, here's the shovel. You gotta dig the hole, but here's the shovel. You just gotta grab it and start digging, and before you know it, it's a gold mine down there when you hit the bottom of the hole."
Yeah.
It's literally golden. I mean, what it opens you up to, or what it could save you from. It saved me from when I was back in those days, just partying every day, waking up with a hangover. I traded the hangovers for sunrises now, and that's a good trade-off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely.
Not only for me, but for my kids to see, hey, Dad, I want to come sit with you on the front porch with a coffee milk or whatever it is, and dude, that's the ultimate trade-off right there.
Definitely.
So for anybody that is watching that may be in that position where, man, you're waking up, you did this the day before, you're feeling convicted, whatever it may be, it's never too late to just pick up the word or just find somebody that is into it. And I promise you, whatever you're doing that's holding you down, there's something that's 10 times better on the opposite end. And it's not just temporary, it's forever. That's the good part about it. It's never ending. And it keeps giving back to you.
There's definitely power in the word, like they say. When I sit down once a day and read it, or twice a day, whatever, your life is just, it goes in a different direction. I just find life easier. I find it easier to resist, things that I should stay away from.
Yeah.
When I put it down and I quit reading it, it's easy to go to those things. And that's, I don't know, there's just something about it.
It's
Power
true.
in the word,
It's true. You notice, because we're all Christians. You go through. At least, I do. I go through highs and lows where sometimes and it's not on purpose, but sometimes you just get busy and then don't read your Bible for a day, and then it leads into like a week of not doing it, and then a month.
Oh, if I miss one day, it could go a year.
Yeah, and
It's happened.
you fall into like
You got to stay at it.
a slump of it, you know, and then when you get back into it, you're like, bro, I was missing out this whole time, you know. It's
Yeah.
just like you said, I feel the same way. Whenever I do that, and I pray every morning, pray throughout the day, read my Bible at night, or wake up early, read my Bible, it's like life is just, you just live and there's no problems, you know?
Yeah, and it's not to say you won't have problems,
Yeah.
but I would say it's easier to deal with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just something
Yeah.
about it. It gives you like a super peace of mind every day.
You
Yeah,
go
you're
about
gonna-
them differently.
You want those problems when you whatever level it may be on, because without issues or problems, there's no growth. So, but you with the word, you're approaching them with armor. You're approaching them with a sword. You know, so when you run into those even hard core problems that we all run into, be thankful for them, because that's what's going to take you to a different spiritual level, a different level in your business, your life. So, and I used to say, golly, boy, when it rains, it pours. You know, everything's piling up on me. Now I look at it and I should have put that on silent.
I do
take
that
a
That ain't
screenshot.
solid. That's a screenshot.
I do that every morning with
so-
my alarm.
I used to say, everything's piling up on me. Now I pray and thank God. Thank you for these obstacles in my way, because I know with your armor and your strength, I'm going to get through them and I'm going to become a better person.
Mhm.
So now I approach them with thankfulness. Not all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we're going to say, man, I wish I had a little break.
Yeah.
But just know, if you're using the word for your foundation, that those obstacles are there for a reason, and you're in that exact moment in time
Yeah.
as planned.
I just think of it as like it can always be worse, you know? Like
Oh, yeah,
I
no
find
doubt.
myself in a situation and I'm like just mad and I'm like, man, just sit back and just thank God for like waking up today, you know,
Yeah,
having a family that loves you. Like think of all the stuff that you have, you know, like you're just in this little temporary moment. Like, me and Gage have our electrical business, and I remember there was one time we went through a slump and we just slow, no work, and we didn't have any money in our account, and we owed like $5,000 to C4 or something. And my mom does like our books, and she was talking to me, and she was like, what are y'all gonna do? Like, y'all might not get paid for the next 2 weeks, you know? And I was like, just unfazed by it, and she was kind of like, you're not worried? And I was like, there's nothing to worry about. You just pray about it, and it's gonna get fixed, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And we ended up we didn't get paid for what, 2-3 weeks. We didn't
Yeah.
get a check, and everything's fine now. It's
And
nothing.
what did you learn from it?
Just put it in. You just put it in God's hands, and it's gonna
Exactly.
be taken
Yeah.
care of.
So
you know, like
It helped you build your faith just a little bit
yeah,
right there,
it's
right?
like you might not get paid those 3 weeks, but I know for me, I started like training a dog right after that, so I got a little extra money. It's always gonna work out in the end.
Exactly. So
Like-
it put a little bit of fire under you a little bit more.
Yeah.
Than, hey, I gotta make ends meet now.
Yeah.
So
I
maybe
sold
you're
a bunch of stuff.
maybe you're being too complacent,
Yeah.
and it's like, hey, these guys need to wake
Yeah.
up.
And I noticed too, like, and I only do this, I should do it a lot more, but sometimes if we get slow, I'll start praying, like, that we get calls and work and stuff. And, dude, whenever I start doing that, it just overloads. Like, it's too much. Like, all right, this is like, we got to get booked for a whole month, you know?
Yeah, good.
It's just crazy how it works, like, how you see it as a Christian. You're like, when you're doing the work a month from now, you're like, man, this is what I was praying for a month ago.
yeah.
I have a question because I kind of have an opinion on it. When you say put it in God's hands, that could come off as like, oh, I'm putting God's hands and go sit on my porch and not do nothing.
Oh, no.
Or is it kind of like have more of like having faith in God, putting it in His hands, but you still got to go
Do the work.
and do the work.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't like leaving out that part. It's something about
Yeah,
me. I don't like leaving out that you
that's
got to
a
go
major
and do
part.
something. You know, at the same time.
Because a lot of people, and myself included at times, will say, oh, I'm putting it in God's hand, go sit on the sofa,
Yeah.
and watch him. No,
No, yeah.
I'm putting it in his hands, but at the same time, I'm going to hustle
Yeah.
for what I want also. I mean, of
Exactly.
course I want to do it morally right,
Mhm.
and whatever I'm hustling for, I want to do it while keeping my moral value.
Mm.
But yeah, a a lot of times people will say, you know, put it in God's hand and go sit on the sofa for a year. Like, dude,
Yeah.
like,
You never see nothing
No.
change.
yeah, no, it takes work.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes work.
And that's what I meant by that. Like,
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to.
put it in his hands, but I
Yeah.
also went stick yard signs and make phone
Exactly.
calls and that stuff. And this has stuck with me forever. Y'all ever watch that movie Where the Red Fern Grows?
Yeah,
About
a
the
long
guy
time
and the
ago.
2 dogs, and they
Mhm.
die, and the red fern grows in between them. Yeah, I watched that movie a lot when I was little. I loved it, and he was working. He wanted 2 dogs to make into coon dogs. That's how it goes. And
Yeah.
so he was talking to his grandpa, and he was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get them. They were like a poorer family, and they saw an ad in the newspaper for like 2 bloodhounds in some town or whatever. And his grandpa was like, get that. And he was like, I don't have any money. And his grandpa told him, he said, well, in the newspaper there was a bunch of like jobs and stuff, like little odd and end jobs. And he said, go start working. He said, God will meet you halfway. And then they say that throughout the show.
Yeah.
But throughout the rest of the movie, he's working and he goes to work every day and just grinds for 3 months. And then
I like that.
and then it shows his little can, and he looks in it one day and counts it, and he has enough for the dogs. And he goes to meet him, and then he realizes in the movie what his grandpa said, how God will meet you halfway. Like, he went work, made the money for it, and then everything played out from there,
Mhm.
Like
That's the one where the mountain lion kills the dogs or something?
No,
Or is that a different one?
they have a little problem with the mountain lion, but then I'm not sure. It's been a while since I watched it, but I know one dies and the other one dies from sadness of the other one dying.
Oh, wow. That's pretty sad.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's been so long since I watched
It's
that.
a
I don't remember
great
any
I
of
know.
it.
I'll remember was Red Ferns growing wherever.
Yeah,
the,
that's it.
Yeah.
Dude. I
dog
remember
was
the
buried
2
or
dogs.
something.
It's a good movie, man. I love that movie.
Because we watched that in like elementary.
Us
And
too,
for
yeah.
me, that
Yeah,
was
it's an old movie.
They
But
made
y'all-
us read the book.
That stuck with me though forever. Like how he said, "You do your part, and God will meet you halfway."
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just stuck with me.
Well, to bring hunting into it, and we can bring it back to that if y'all want. If y'all want to bring it, if y'all got something y'all want to say, do it.
That's
But
fine.
I wanted to ask you, how did your duck season go? Because we did this before duck season. Now we do it again
that's
after,
right.
so we can talk about the past one.
Yeah, I was hoping it would have been a little better, to be honest.
Really?
For me, and it will never figure ducks out.
Yeah.
You already know that. But my theory is that we didn't have enough. Louisiana didn't hold enough water as a whole to keep ducks here.
Yeah.
Now, of course, there's other factors of many of them that we'll never figure out. But so it started off. The first day was probably for me the worst opening day.
Mm-hmm.
As far as numbers go, great hunt. Just numbers were very low. We might have killed 4 or 5. The second 2 days were great. Like we had to stop shooting.
Yeah.
Teal were everywhere. I don't know if y'all had that
I
happen
think
too.
that happened to us.
I want to. Yeah, I
don't-
remember.
I
Yeah,
don't
we were
remember.
hunting. Can't say.
I don't
know.
remember where we,
Yeah.
I don't remember where we. Oh yeah.
But that's when you fell out of the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was teal. I think everyone in the piece of public land that we were hunting left by 8 o'clock with a limit of teal.
Yeah, yeah.
There were teal, balls of teal everywhere. It was awesome. I love shooting teal.
Oh yeah. I'd take
Gage
some
fired
teal.
the first shot and fell backwards out the boat.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you see that video? It's on
It's
YouTube.
on video.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Landon's boat has like a gun box, and the dog had already jumped in and out 2 or 3 times, and it was slick. And I shot, and I was only standing on like 1 foot, and it shot me. I was like a little kid holding up a big gun. I flew straight out the
Bazooka.
back of the boat.
Well, y'all was in a bigger lake that day.
Yeah.
I know where y'all was at.
Mm.
I seen that little cypress tree in the back.
Yeah. One of those
That's funny.
But yeah, that were those 2 days where the teal flooded in were our best 2 days. We tried finding geese. We found them, but our spot was not set up for the right conditions. I can't give out too much information on that either because it's public. But I look at it this way, and I told my brother the same thing. Me and him were the ones that hunt together, mostly. Last year was our favorite, probably duck season year of all time.
Really?
And I said, it's going to be hard to top it. We killed like 4 banded ducks, a banded goose.
Cool.
We killed a bunch of wood ducks. And this year, just, it's a hit and miss sometimes. And I will say we didn't put in the work at times that we could have probably changed the outcome of the season. But at times we were lazy. We went in the same blind. Oh, well, we could go cook in this blind. We're out the rain. And we're getting older.
Yeah.
We both, I'm 40. He's a little younger than me. So we're not as hardcore when it comes to fighting the rain, the mud, the P-rolls on the shoulder. P-roll, people is the main factor. Like, we don't do confrontation as much as we used to,
Yeah.
We used to want to fight at the landing and all that. Bro, I'm going to slice your tires, I guarantee you. But, no. But overall, I mean, we're still here. It was a slow season for us, but it was good.
I said it already on the last podcast, but I didn't kill nothing until the last week of the season.
Really?
I mean, not nothing, but nothing to brag about. I'm talking about 1-2 ducks here and there, a lot of 0 days.
I know. I felt bad for you.
And then the last week, but it wasn't no water. All the spots that I normally hunt didn't have any water, so I had to go find new spots, start completely over. And I'm already started over a couple years ago when I moved. I had to figure everything out all over again. So
where do you live now?
North Louisiana. I live near Monroe.
Okay, so you went was you on the hunts with them?
The one where we fell in the water?
No, where y'all killed. I thought I seen a video of y'all killing a bunch of mallards.
In what? That was.
Oh
in
yeah, that was
Washington.
up north. Yeah.
Yeah, you was on that hunt, though, right?
No,
That
I
was
didn't go to
Easton.
Washington
Oh,
this
man.
year. Easton went, but we killed a 6-man limit of mallards and pintail on the last day.
Oh, really?
So that made up for the
All the bad hunts.
That'll relieve some stress. Like the last day, if you actually get a good hunt in,
Oh yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
Because you can all go hang up all your stuff after.
I don't know
Yeah.
where I would be if it wasn't for that last day. I might be, box under a bridge right now, depressed.
Might
Like,
have sold all your stuff.
it
by
saved
now.
me. It saved it would have hurt my feelings if
Sanity.
that didn't happen. Yeah. But
Yeah, I tell you, the first day, opening day, when we killed only maybe 4 or 5, that's not a whole lot for opening day. I'm okay with it, but opening day, I'm not. That second day, when the first big group came in and we shot, for a duck hunter, the amount of relief that gave me was unbelievable. And that's part of what we talked about. We talked about God's creation and all those things. And, we don't, and I like to mention that also. We don't just go out there to slaughter ducks and all this
I'm
other
gonna kill
stuff.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to, we really do, as hunters, I'd say people don't understand, a lot of people don't, that we really care about the animal's life more than people really, non-hunters think about us. Like, I could say that for me. I don't know about most, but a lot of times when I kill a duck or if I pick it up, it's like, man, I'm really, really thankful for this bird. It's not like, oh, here's a duck, throw it in the back.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for that animal, and I'm not out there just to kill them and throw them in the trash or whatever it may be. I respect the fact that these animals had to survive in the wild from a little small bird or duck, and now we have access to taking them and cooking them and eating them and utilizing the whole bird at a lot of times. I'll notice a lot of people will just, and I don't like it, even though to each its own, they'll breast, like little teal and things like that, and it's
You get a little piece of meat.
2 little pieces of meat that big, and bro, to think I could take 3 full teal and make a gravy for my family.
Yeah.
With the legs on and everything, and but if I just breasted them, I mean, I couldn't make a burrito with that.
Yeah.
Put one piece of meat on.
But I mean, not to hate on them or anything. I mean, to each their own. That's probably how some people are raised. Just maybe they kill a lot more ducks in different areas where they could just do that. But for me, it's a respect thing also. Like, hey, if this animal survived in the wild its whole life, I want to utilize the whole thing if possible.
You can go further now. A lot of people don't clean them at all.
Yeah.
I find
I
ducks all the
wanted to
time,
mention
just thrown in the
something about
ditch.
that, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
just, oh, I'm gonna go
Okay.
shoot these and for fun, not eat them, nothing. I can't stand that.
I saw a post about that a while back, and like I like our our mindset, and I feel like around here, especially like you say, the Cajun people that actually appreciate the hunting and want to utilize the animal that they killed. I saw a post, I think it was in Arkansas, and there's always people arguing on social media and stuff like that, like y'all not real killers. And this guy passed, and he took a video or a picture of it, and there was like a 5-man limit of mallards and teal and wood ducks and all that, just sitting. They killed them all, threw them in a ditch. Like they didn't do anything with them.
Yeah.
Just take a picture with them, and it's not what it's about. I mean,
Man.
honestly, you're wasting. I mean, you didn't do anything with the animal, and that bothers me. But I saw that this past hunting season a lot on those hunting
Really?
Facebook groups. Yeah,
Man, shoot, but that's some good eating.
I know.
And I think as a father now, watching my kids grow up from an infant baby, seeing what it takes for a family to raise kids or a family, I think about the same thing as the animals we're taking, right, or harvesting, is they have to, and we're here in civilization. It's a lot easier. They're out in the wild trying to find their next meal every day, fighting coyotes, fighting hunters, whatever it may be. So when you look at that whole process, how could you hold a duck or anything, a deer up and just throw it in a ditch,
Exactly.
knowing that he went through, or that animal went through so much to get to where it was at? It's so much better to hold it, and say, I'm going to utilize it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I look at it.
I mean, completely wasting it. Like I saw the post you're talking about where they threw 20 ducks in the ditch.
Yeah.
I mean, that's honestly just disrespectful. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't even be hunting at that point.
No.
I mean,
When I went hunting in Arkansas, like North Arkansas, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, it doesn't matter. But you know how people lay their mallards out on the log, cross the log, take a picture? Driving down the road, look in the woods, see a bunch of mallards laid across the log. Get out the truck, walk up to me and my stepdad, Casey. Walk up to that log. They laid the mallards out on that log, took a picture. It was like, it wasn't a bunch. It was like a 2-man limit, Took the picture, left them on the log, went home. I don't know if they forgot or if they did it on purpose, but either way,
Oh, my goodness,
it's
yeah.
not,
We
ain't right.
When we get back from a hunt, we like, all right, who's taking what? Like,
Yeah.
who needs more ducks in their freezer?
Yeah.
Like, I already cooked 2 yesterday, bro. I need 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely ain't leaving them.
yeah.
Now, I will say this. When I was younger, before I understood the whole concept of how things work, there was times where I kept, let's say, some ducks in the back of my truck and forgot them.
Mm-hmm.
I kept some frogs in an ice chest and let them spoil. And that was my younger years where I didn't really understand the full concept of things. So you got to give a little leniency towards people, kids, as they're understanding it. And I think that's a good thing about podcasts or things like this, or even talking to them in person, is telling them, hey, that's not the way we roll. We respect wildlife. We respect their lives, that we take and things like that.
I guess too, it's it would vary on how you're brought up.
That too, yeah.
Like I mean, I know some grown adults that kind of act the same way. Just like not respect it. They catch 4 or 5 fish and they're like, I'll clean them later to leave them in ice chest, and then they spoil. And but
We've done it.
oh yeah, I mean I've done it.
Especially when we were
I've
younger.
Just
All right, now the
forgot.
truth's coming out.
I've never done it intentionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, if you go catch 100 frogs, you're thinking about them. You're like, okay, I'm going to clean all those. But if you
Yeah.
only catch 4 or 5, then you're like, I'll clean them tomorrow, and then you forget. And I mean, it happens, but you want to try to avoid it.
I
Yeah.
noticed with us, like especially this year, we hunt on a little piece of private land, and I brought my little brother a lot and stuff. And usually, if we get like a group of like mergansers or something like ninjas, something that people would refer to as trash ducks, usually they would come in and we would just bust them up, and you might, if you kill some better ducks, you might float a few of them. Is what we used to do.
Yeah.
Now they come in, and they, like, I remember one time, I think you were there, they came in, my little brother was like, you want to shoot into him? I said, I'm not shooting because I don't want to clean them.
Yeah.
I would rather shoot a better duck. I said, if you shoot into them, that's fine. You go ahead, but you can clean it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And they came in, and I think he shot one of them. I said, when the hunt was over, I handed it to him. You killed it.
Good
What
clean your
kind of
mortgage.
duck was it?
Like a sculpt, blackjack, ninja, whatever you call it. You know.
It's probably a ringneck or.
Ringneck. Yeah, I think that's the real
Dude,
name.
I'll tell you, have you ever sat down, cooked the gravy with the ringneck?
I'm gonna be honest. I never have. No, I've always heard that they're just trash, so I don't shoot them.
I had an old Cajun with me yesterday in my truck. We was talking about duck hunting. He said ringneck is my favorite duck, and he killed a lot of ducks and a lot of teal, wood ducks, which I think teal might be my favorite.
Me too.
But I've cooked ringnecks also, and that's some good eating.
I need to give it more. I need to give it more credit because I hear ringnecks, mergansers, it's trash ducks, and I don't shoot them because of that.
Yeah,
literally, they've had times where they came in the decoys this year and we did not shoot because they're trash ducks. But I've never given it a shot. I've never tried it. So
Well, I'm the same way with a hooded merganser. I've never cooked one.
Mhm.
But I could imagine. I mean, I've seen them eat fish and all
Yeah.
that. But a lot
Eating
of
them
people
all.
mistake bluebill with ringneck too. Like a lot of bluebill hang out down south and eat a lot of the
marsh stuff.
yeah, and they taste a lot more fishy.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be
Mhm.
Yeah.
why also.
I'm not gonna lie. I've killed some ringnecks. I mean, sometimes you go on a hunt and that's all you see. I remember one year we went to Beldo, and we shot some and I kept them. I think I kept them all, but because there was nothing else flying. But like my grandma, she's real old school. She's 80 years old, and her favorite duck is wood ducks.
Yeah, yeah.
And she always tells my dad, "That's some wood ducks you put in there." And he's like, "Yeah, that's wood ducks."
Yeah.
And it would be like some cut up ringnecks or something. She's like, "Oh my God, they're so good in a gumbo or something." Nobody can tell the difference.
No.
And or that even spoonbill.
I've always said that. Everybody says they like it. It's just me though. Everybody says it. I don't say it because I don't notice it. I don't notice the difference in the ducks. And I've eaten all of them. Like if you didn't tell me and you cut it up into like little bitty pieces, a mallard and a teal, I could not tell you which one was which. But everybody says you can. I just personally can't.
I can taste it. To me, teal and wood ducks and like little ducks like that taste the same.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely 100% can tell the difference between a big duck, like a mallard. They're just like stronger to me.
Yeah.
Like
Or a goose.
When you bite into a mallard, it's like if you put a mallard and a teal breast next to each other, I could tell which one was a mallard.
In a gravy?
I don't know about
Because
that.
the gravy's
but
strong. It's like something about it. It's in a gravy. It's hard to tell the
The gravy
difference.
might
too.
yeah,
overpower
in
it.
a gravy or a gumbo it might be different, but
Yeah.
if you just cook them straight up, you can tell because the
Yeah.
mallard tastes strong.
Yeah, when it comes to sometimes like on a bigger duck, I'll take the breast, which I'll keep the rest of it too for gravy. But I'll take the breast and kind of cook it like a rare steak
I like
with the
doing
skin
that.
on. That way I do taste the difference in the breast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gravies and gumbos, all the seasoning we have now, the
Yeah, it
Cajun
covers
season.
it.
Dude, you could cook a 2x4 in there.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
tastes like a
Mhm.
filet mignon.
I guess
Mhm.
that's what I mean. Like if you cook them straight up next to each other,
Yeah.
you could taste. I feel like mallard and big ducks is a little bit stronger, for whatever reason.
For some reason, we took a bunch of ducks back, our limits, from Washington, and me and Abby cooked some fajitas with Canadian goose. I don't know if y'all have ever eaten the Canadian goose, but that sucker is like eating it raw off the body of it. It's so the taste is so strong, and I like
Yeah.
ducks. I'll eat that all the time, but that one's really you can taste the difference.
You know what I did with them Canadians we killed last year? Took every piece of meat off of it, cut it all up into a bunch of pieces, put it on a skillet, no seasoning, no nothing, cooked it up real good. Dog food. And I don't feel bad about it because it didn't go to waste.
Yeah.
Oh, you gave it to Becca?
Yeah, I mean, and I've eaten it before, but these were some big ones. I'm talking about like the size of a
Yeah, the breast is that big.
yeah, like
graders,
and I cut them up, and you could just smell it. And that smell, I was planning on cooking it for myself, but that smell,
Yeah.
I didn't want to.
That's
Yeah.
a Canadian?
Yeah,
I never killed one.
and they got different sizes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know this, but them dudes in Washington, they were like, yeah, there's actually 9 different types of Canadian. There's
Okay.
some that are the size of a mallard. There's some that are smaller than a mallard, and they have some that are the size of a pelican.
Cool.
And that's the ones that I killed. I'm talking about like from head to tail.
It's probably a
That
grader.
long.
grader.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
grader.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I don't know. It's something about it. And it had a big old thick layer of fat. And a lot of times, ducks and geese, by the time they get down here, they burned all that fat off. If you go kill them up north, they still have a lot of that fat because they hadn't migrated.
Yeah.
But these, I think they were local. They might have been somebody's pet that flew too low.
They
If
just
you've
sitting there
seen
eating,
Canadians
cuz.
around here, it's probably like one of those ones in the park or
If
something.
one lands right there, it's not.
Well, I see them up in North Louisiana. I'll see them sitting in a field sometimes. It won't be a bunch. It'll be like 5 or 6 sitting in a cornfield, like you see up north. I couldn't believe it when I first moved there, but I still think they were pets.
Take 'em.
Yeah. It's crazy the difference in the fat. Like even on the mallards up there, dude, it's thick. Like, and,
you got cut like a
yeah,
lot.
it's crazy.
I
Like,
bet
how
it's
much they-
good with that fat though. If you do like you said, like a steak kind of.
Yeah.
I bet you that.
love eating it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good.
I did try with the Canadians and the mallards from Washington. I bought a dehydrator like you had and tried making some jerky. And I took some that I killed from around here, like just some teal, something that I thought might be more tender. And I did the mallards. And, dude, like I said, that strong taste, dude, in a jerky especially, because you're not really cooking it,
Yeah.
It's the difference. I couldn't even eat the mallards and Canadians. I gave them to Remy. And I eat all the teal, and I made some deer one. But
Speaking of the jerky, I got a dehydrator. I was like, this was last year. I was killing so many ducks. I was like, man, I gotta figure out a way to cook all this. I'm gonna make some jerky and bring the jerky on my duck hunts as my snack instead of buying a honey bun because that's bad for you. Give you a belly.
Yeah.
And I try to be as healthy as I can. And no marinade, no nothing. Cut it up into some little strips. Put Pollywog seasoning on it. I promise. And I did that all year. It was so good. Gage, you had some. I brought it to Kentucky.
I said, "What'd you season this with?" I said, "It's freaking delicious."
That was it. It was so good, man. It was so good.
Good stuff, huh?
My wife's been cooking a lot more lately, and she took when you had sent us those cans. The other day, I went to cook something I hadn't cooked in a while. She had been cooking. I was like, "Abby, where's all the seasoning?" She said, "Oh, I just use Pollywog now. I don't use garlic powder, or onion powder, nothing no more. It's empty." So I said, "Bro, come on." Wasting all my stuff.
That was my goal when I would always cook around people, of course, at the camp, and they're like, man, boy, this got too much of this, or this don't have enough of this. And me personally, I would always have a extra can of garlic on the side, granulated garlic. So I made sure to add more of that than most of your seasonings. And the complaint I hear mostly is too much salt. Which salt is cheap. That's why a lot of people will put a lot of that in their blends. And I just lowered the salt content and things like that.
That's a good idea.
Just, you hear a bunch of Cajuns saying things. Sometimes you got to key into it and capitalize on it.
That salt ain't good for you neither.
Cause salt.
Yeah, that's why half the people here in the hospital.
I put a lot of salt. I don't feel bad about it either. But
like
anyway,
when you cook?
Huh?
Like when you cook?
Yeah.
Like you season with salt? I don't think I've ever seasoned
and
with
it
just
helps
straight salt.
It helps you feel more full too.
It absorbs, lets your body absorb water too.
And if you drink a lot of water, which I do, you can eat as much salt as you want. It's not bad for you. Salt ain't bad for you. It's bad for you when you don't drink water.
Yeah, if you dehydrate.
Yeah.
You get high cholesterol.
But you said not a lot of salt. My opinion is, and I'm not a good cook, but
We know.
my opinion is you can always just add salt by itself, like with seasoning. So just have not a lot of salt, and if you need more salt, you can add just salt.
Yeah.
So I do like that about it.
And once you overdo salt in a meal, I'm sure you've all had that happen.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
ruined. Yeah.
Mhm.
You just shouldn't throw it away.
I made some
Yeah.
burgers the other day that had way too much salt.
There's no way to take it out.
It
I
just
tried.
kills your taste
tried.
buds. Yeah, you can't.
Just add some water, bro. We good. Drink 3 more beers. It might help.
Yeah, you have to throw something in there.
I do have to say that that you see, like, usually when I'll cook a gravy or something, I always use Tony's, because what else is there, You
Yeah,
live in
the
Louisiana.
popular
uses.
brand. Yeah.
Right. So I'll use Tony's, and then I'll have garlic powder, onion powder, no salt because there was already enough salt, cayenne pepper, stuff like that, like all on the side, and I just have to dump all these things. Dude, I swear, the first thing I cooked when you gave us that seasoning was after dove season.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
We went dove hunting, killed our limit. I cooked 30 doves in a pot, in a black pot.
Yeah.
and that's right when you gave us the seasoning. And we had the video. It's actually in the YouTube video at the end when we cooked.
I seen it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I just used your seasoning, and it was perfect. And I was like, bro, I even told Gage, I was like, and I'm not saying this to be biased at all, you know, like I swear that's all I used, and it was good. And I was like, it's just it has what it needs to have in it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I like how it makes it easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. You don't have to have 30 jars. You can just use one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had people tell me lately too when they come eat, my parents, my in-laws come eat at my house or something. They're like, your food's really good. And I always say thank you, but they ask me what I season with, and I used to pull out 15 jars, garlic powder, garlic salt, onion powder, all that stuff, and I just show them the little Pollywog Cabin thing, and everybody likes it. But
Thanks.
it's cool though. Like, I've noticed a lot more lately, the places I've been going, like a store even, like where all your seasonings are at. The other day I went to Harvest Foods, and there was a bunch on the shelf, and some old man walked up and he just started grabbing some. I was like, God dang, dude, where you going? You know?
Yeah, I'll go sometimes bring some there.
Yeah.
And they'll call me, hey, man, we need 20 cases. I'm like, dude, I just dropped some off.
Yeah.
Like, well, they buy it, I guess, apparently
In
5,
bulk.
10 times more than the other ones. And I'm like, hey, that's good for me. I appreciate it.
It used to be you couldn't find the Tonys on the shelf, and there was all the other brands. Now you can't find the Pollywog, and it's all the Tonys are still there, you know, because everybody's grabbing it.
I told Chloe that the other day we went grocery shopping, and usually we go to Walmart, you know, and we were passing, and I was like, we gotta go to Harvest Food, and she was like, well, why? And I was like, because they don't have the Pollywog at Walmart, and I gotta get some more.
Yeah.
Well, y'all call me up. I have to give y'all a gallon.
Cool.
Oh, you
y'all don't
make
run
that?
out. Yeah, I have some gallons.
I just ran out
Okay.
because we split it up. Did we?
Yeah.
We each got like 3 or
Mhm.
something like that. I just ran out of
I
mine.
think I have one left.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hadn't been cooking a lot lately.
And I don't eat like a Louisiana person. I eat like a what you call that, a gym rat.
Yeah.
I eat like
Louisiana
chicken and rice.
Colin's a gym guy.
I like measure my rice and my chicken, make
Yeah.
sure I'm not getting too many calories. That's what I do. It's like stuff like that. And I'll kind of try to use deer meat. Like I'll make
Yeah, and I ain't gonna knock you for that because that's something we need improvement on in Louisiana. I mean, health
Health
wise.
issues,
Mhm.
yeah.
Dude,
I think it's one of the unhealthiest states. There's like stats and stuff on it. I think I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
It's probably 'cause
nobody
the
wants to
food's so
hear
good.
it, but hey, we need to take into consideration. And I even feel bad sometimes posting some of the videos I post because I'm like, hey, you just can't eat this on a daily basis
Yeah.
and think you're gonna
Yeah.
have good heart health and all that.
Mm.
So the meals I do cook on there, even though a lot of them are very good and tasty, a lot of times I'll do like you.
Yeah.
During the day, I'll eat some boiled eggs, or one day
Yeah.
I'll eat just straight baked quail or something like that in between. Because I want to feel good during the day, and
Yeah.
if you continuously eat a bunch of roux, salt, and all this other stuff day after day, I mean, and we've learned that anything that usually tastes very good, I mean, just like anything else in life, if it's really good, it's probably bad for
It's
you.
probably, yeah.
But at the same time, we Cajuns, I mean, we want to have fun, we want to eat good food, and that's just a balance.
I think of it as like a weekend thing.
Yeah, all that.
Like you cook a gravy on the weekend, the whole week you
Yeah.
get to eat like healthy.
Try to.
That ain't Landon though. He's air frying wings out the bag from Walmart every day. And
Bro, what?
No, I
Dude, talking about-
want to tell you that I still have your air fryer from duck season.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I ain't had my air fryer in 2 months.
And then they top it off with a case of beer. That's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that ain't gonna work out too
They go
good.
eat 3 plates in a case. It's not good.
So
And I ain't. I like cookies. I'll eat cookies every night for like a month, and I'm like, man, I gotta stop doing this. I ain't saying I try to be healthy. It's not
And-
something that I do.
once you get on a routine of it,
Uh-huh.
I'll notice that we like to eat ice cream at night. And once you get on that routine, it's like it's really hard to stop it. It's
Uh-huh.
like, man, am I gonna skip today? Nah,
Yeah.
we'll stop tomorrow.
Yeah.
But there's a balance to everything. I mean, our grandparents, they a lot of them, the ones that lived to 90s and 100, they've ate all kind of things and did all kind of stuff that we know about now that's not good for you. But at the same time, everything is in moderation, So you just got to be mindful.
Yeah.
Back then, though, some of actually probably all of it was healthier. I don't know if you ever seen it.
Yeah, not processed as much.
You ever seen like the Pop-Tarts
yeah,
ingredients when they first came out compared to now? They had like
Dude.
4 ingredients. Now it's like 100.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But that's really what's bad for you, in my opinion. It's all the stuff in the bags and the boxes that like the Pop-Tart is a perfect example.
I gotta talk about the Pop-Tarts. I was telling Abby about this last night. I saw a video. I don't know if you sent it to me or if I just saw it on my For You page of how Pop-Tarts are made now, how they used to be made.
I never seen that.
And I had grabbed a pack out of my pantry and put it in the work truck because I have to have a snack in case my sugar drops.
Yeah.
And then I saw that video like right after we got to work or something, and I was like, I wanted to eat it really bad because my sugar was dropping, but we ended up just going and get something because the ingredients that's in it is insane. And the icing is made out of crushed animal bones. They crushed animal bones and use some kind of something in it and make a paste, and that's what the paste is, like the icing on top. And I ended up having to eat it yesterday because my sugar dropped, and I took a bite and I was like, oh my god. I said, I feel like I'm gonna die. I told Abby last night, I said, I don't want to eat this.
Oh, I quit eating
disgusting.
it. I quit eating anything that don't come out of the fresh produce section,
Yeah.
like fruits and vegetables. And I'll eat rice and stuff, but that's about it. Or meat and all that. If in the aisles where you have all the packaged, colorful boxes, that kind of stuff, I don't eat none of that anymore. And when I do, I can feel it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like myself. My body just does.
And your energy level is gonna drop. I
Yeah,
guarantee you.
it's a weird thing.
And that's another good thing about being a hunter, and someone that goes out fishing and hunting. Usually the stuff we take and harvest throughout, the wild is,
it's good
grass
for you.
fed. They're eating acorns, native pecans, all this native stuff that's evolved over time, and that's actually good for us. So that's one of the benefits of being a hunter. And I'll tell
Definitely.
people, anti-hunters, that sometimes, like, hey, you go eat hot dogs and all that every single day if you want to. I'd like to have me some wild game in my system.
Some
and
good lean meat.
Yeah.
Well, you got people like anti-hunters, like you say, that will shame you for shooting a 6-year-old deer
Yeah.
and go home and eat a chicken breast that
Yeah.
was born in a factory, didn't have no room to walk, eating its own crap,
Yeah.
I don't like
and
talking
dies
about
after
that.
3 weeks, and it's pumped with steroids.
Gage
know?
hates talking
Like,
about
dude, huh?
it. Gage hates talking about it.
I do. I hate
And
it.
they
it's
talking.
it's too confrontational.
No, the chicken breast stuff. Colin
Oh.
showed me some videos of what they do to them, and it's horrible. I don't like talking about it.
And I eat it, but a person that eats that every night will curse you for eating a 6-year-old deer that lived a happy life, and
Yeah, and they just, I don't know. We're in a time of civilization where people are disconnected from nature. So you have to understand that they may have not had the opportunity to grow up in that lifestyle, and all they know is what's on the shelf, and they don't know how it got there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
it makes a lot of sense.
A magic fairy did,
Yeah.
the meat appeared, but really, the animals we're taking, they lived a great life in the wilderness,
Right.
doing the things they wanted to do, living to their life expectancy out there, and not only that, they live a good life in the
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
A good free life.
And if we wouldn't take them, you'd have a lot more disease, overpopulation of animals. So there's some things I think people need to be open-minded to, that, hey, we're not just going out there slaughtering things out of hatred or anything like that. It's a way of life.
Yeah.
It's actually a good way. And we also eat a lot of stuff out the stores also. But you have to kill a chicken to get it there.
Yeah.
I tell you.
They don't think of it that way.
And that chicken lived in a pen, like you said, a little small pen with probably 1,000 other chickens side by side, or the pork, or whatever it may be. If you go look up the videos,
Oh,
I mean, and it's not like, man, I just took this chicken's life, I'm so grateful. No, cutting about 1,000 of their heads off
it's
real
a
quick.
machine doing it.
Yeah, and we're just gonna throw them in this thing. So, that's just something to think
Yeah.
about if you're against hunters.
And that's something I think a lot of hunters and anti-hunters, or just regular people, don't understand. And even me, sometimes it's kind of hard for me to get it, but hunting actually improves the population of animals because of diseases and stuff. You talk about that.
If done, in an ethical way.
Yeah.
It could help. Not only does it help that population, but we're getting out the house. We're going hunting. We're doing things that are native to humans in general. We're becoming more healthy, getting out there doing it. The younger generation's getting out there rather than going, find drugs or anything else. So it's helping a lot of things that some people don't see the big picture of. It's that kid now, he, instead of being stressed out in his room playing whatever it might be on his phone, he's out there enjoying nature, getting a tan and getting vitamin D, good food to come home. He's going to tell his mom and dad he's so proud that he finally got this big buck he's been chasing all year. So there's a lot of good that comes out of it. When you look at the full picture, you can't just say, oh, this guy murdered this animal.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
A lot of times I won't even shoot. I'll just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Now, it don't happen often because I like to shoot. But, there's certain times where there's a bunch of, like, for example, mallards flying. And then I'll just enjoy the teal. I'll let them lighten the decoys, watch them. And sometimes, like, just being able to do that, but I'll be like, freaking out trying to shoot and just being able to just relax and enjoy nature. It's fun,
Yeah. There's been times, very few, but
yeah,
times where I've been out there. It's probably out of hunting season. That's probably why. But yeah, just watch ducks or deer or whatever it may be. It's just sometimes too pretty to even mess up their natural thing they got going on.
That's like me and Landon. This was indeed a long time ago, but we had killed our limit. And they had about 2 hours, an hour left until shooting time, and there was ducks flying everywhere. And Landon was like, "What do we do? Should we shoot some more? They're everywhere." I was like, "Landon, let's just sit right here and just enjoy this." He literally did this. It's funny because I still can picture in my head. He did. Oh. He literally made that noise, and he just started like looking around, just enjoying the ducks circling, just coming in everywhere. And he was like, "Oh, this is nice."
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. And we were young. Stress, huh? I think that was a youth hunt too, at Beldo over there.
It's hard to do.
I see the light.
Yeah. It's hard to put down the gun, but sometimes it is nice.
Mm-hmm.
But talking about like the meat and stuff, like how we eat meat that's so pure, it's never been processed. Like when Gage killed a doe for either sex, and we ate it that night. I'm talking about hadn't even been in an ice chest. Like came off, backstrap came off and went on the pit.
Yeah,
like that
took it
fresh.
straight out of my bag.
And it just feels good to eat that. Like you harvested this animal and we fed everyone at the camp with it.
Yeah,
the whole backstrap. Like it just feels good to do that. But I remember me and Colin, and this is when I really started seeing stuff like that. We hunted. Remember we turkey hunted in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently in Missouri, it's like a big thing. It's like chicken farming and turkey farming.
Yeah.
So you'd see like trucks going down, 18-wheelers going down the highway, and they're like hauling chickens, live chickens. And I swear, it'd be a cage, like a little 1 foot by 1 foot cage, and there'd be like 6 chickens just stuffed in it, and they'd be like this, their heads sticking out.
Some of them were dead.
Like this, just
like heads hanging out the side of the little cage, and it was sad to look at.
And I was like,
I
dude,
probably cried.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. I actually went home and bought chickens.
Yeah.
That changed.
It inspired me.
Yeah. How's that going for you?
They're all dead. No, so I mean,
he had them for a while.
I did.
That's
yeah.
funny.
I bought 12 of them. I raised them up, from chicks, and I had them for about a year. I had just one left, but I had them for a year.
Poor thing.
They were completely free range. I had a little coop that they would go lay in, but they were completely free range. They would wake up in the morning and they would roost in the trees. Like that kind of free range. They go lay in the box.
Better than the ones in that box in that truck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they lay, and I had my own eggs, and boy, I was happy. I was like, man, I'm eating my own eggs. They make me, 12 eggs a day. I would give my whole family eggs. I loved it. And nothing ever. I kind of live like in the countryside, and
Yeah.
nothing ever messed with them because, like I said, they would roost in a tree.
Yeah.
You know, nothing ever messed with them. I had them for over a year,
Dang.
and only had one die, and it was from my grandpa's dog. Killed it, and I woke up, and this was 2 months ago. I woke up one morning, and they were all dead in one night. Something killed every single one of them except one.
What did you see? Like, what was their heads missing? Or?
Everything was gone. I had like 4 white ones, 2 black ones, 2 brown ones, some red ones,
Yeah.
and there was little patches of feathers right here. There's a patch of feathers in the field over there in front of my house, behind my house,
Dang.
like where all my chickens died.
They spread them out. I
Yeah.
remember there was feathers everywhere.
And I don't know if it was a pack of coyotes or something. I sleep very light, so
Yeah.
I mean, if it was something running around making noise, I would have heard it. You know, I have no idea.
A couple foxes, bobcats. You never know.
And then they sleep in a tree. I don't know. I don't know what.
Might have got them in the daylight.
Bobcats.
No, I mean I fed them that afternoon,
And
and
you
they,
woke up, they were dead.
Yeah, they fly
Oh.
up in the trees before dark.
I've heard of raccoons and stuff eating them. Getting them.
But 11 chickens,
I know that's what
Yeah.
makes me think it's
and
coyotes.
all in one night.
all in one night, and their whole bodies were gone. There was
I'm
nothing
be-
but feathers.
I'd be scared to walk out in the backyard after that.
Yeah, lying, cuz.
But nothing messed with them for a whole year. All
Yeah,
my
yeah.
chickens lived,
Man,
and
that's
then
weird.
one night, boom, gone.
Aliens.
I got one black one left, and I'm about to get some more.
Oh, they're all dead.
Yeah.
They're
It's
they're
crazy.
dead.
I tried though. I tried to change my weight. I'm getting some more this year, so
I hope all this talking about killing and being dead it doesn't trigger like the algorithm to take the video down. You know,
Nah.
we might have to beep it out.
I don't think it'll happen on YouTube, and that's where it's going, and it'll just be clips on everything else, and
Okay.
I won't clip that part.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's sad. But it's like it's the life cycle, you know.
Yeah, I mean, back to what we were talking about. They got to enjoy the outdoors, the
Yeah.
trees,
Free
living there.
range. Just-
And
they lived a better life than
Yeah.
the ones in the truck.
there was another animal in nature that said,
Predator.
"Hey, I'm hungry."
Mhm.
So, and that dude had a good day, whoever
What?
it was.
good day.
So,
Yeah, really good day.
just part of the cycle.
Yeah.
And I don't see how it's that hard to understand.
It's
Like-
to us it isn't because we hunt, you
Like,
know.
yeah, like,
Well, it's like you said, they just not in that world. They just don't.
Yeah.
They just don't see it.
It's better though the way that we're doing it than the way that, like he said, the chickens are processed and stuff. I mean, you're going, and if, like you said earlier, if you're respectful, you're going for a clean kill. You know, you try to kill it
Yeah.
one shot so it doesn't suffer anything. But like I was talking about those videos, Colin showed me one. I don't know if I should say it because it's kind of thing, but I won't say all the stuff about it. But they literally had the chickens hanging upside down by their feet, and there was a blade, and they would just pass them, and that was it. You know,
Messing
just
up the algorithm, Gage. It's
take
time
them,
to stop.
take them out by like.
We just said they might mess it up, and you.
I know that's why I said I didn't want to say it,
to.
but you know they don't see that, and then they think badly upon the hunters whenever you're going and
Yeah.
use one shotgun shell or one bullet to take it out, and then
And that
yeah,
goes.
if you're
that
not
goes-
eating straight vegetables, first of all, don't even. You know, if you're eating
Yeah.
meat in any kind of way,
yeah,
you have no grounds
You're
to stand
supporting
on.
it.
no,
Yeah.
exactly.
And a lot of them do. They eat chicken and cow, and
Yeah.
they talk bad about us for hunting. The ones that eat vegetables, they can talk a little bit more.
Yeah,
you
they-
know, 'cause
yeah,
that's
they
all they
can.
eat. But
And I mean, if you could kill chickens in the wild, I would probably do it. You know,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like,
good
It's
turkey
like-
hunting,
yeah,
like
pretty
for
much.
chickens.
Yeah.
One comes out strutting, bah.
that
I
would
mean-
be so funny.
But it's just like you almost have to buy chickens because like if you want to have your own chicken, you have to have 30 chickens, and you got to go outside and kill one whenever you want to eat chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I wish it could be like that, but it can't always be like that for everyone. You know.
Yeah.
But that all ties back into what we were talking about, how hunters respect animals more than people will give us credit for.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
especially like deer hunting, you want to try to make the best shot possible because you don't want the animal to suffer. You
Yeah.
know? Like,
Because you hate to see it. I mean,
yeah, if you wound one and it's like, I feel like I've gut shot a deer before, and dude, I feel so bad
yeah.
afterwards. I'm like, it just makes me, honestly, it just makes me sad. Like, you know, you want them to just, if every deer you could shoot just died instantly,
Yeah.
it'd be perfect.
I
But-
did that this year, and that made me sad.
But that teaches you also another level of respect. Is
Yeah.
when you see that animal die in that type of way, it's like, man, you know, I really need to take this to another level of respect. Sight my scope in perfect. Wait for the perfect shot if I can. I had a story that kind of changed my outlook on it and my brother. Growing up, we finally started shooting birds on a wing and stuff like that. And one day there's nothing flying, and here come a little rain bird flying around, and I said, take him, just for the fun of it. And we were kids. We shot the rain bird and it fell in our feet pretty much, and it was injured. It was never going to fly again, of course, but it was still, conscious, and we felt so bad right there. It was like, man, you know what? That was really messed up. That bird was having a perfect day flying around in the sun, and we pretty much just took his life right now, and he can't fly again,
Yeah.
And right there, we decided, we were going to change our way of taking animals and not killing anything we're not going to eat and things like that. But I never forget that, and we were young too.
That's what made you
really
learn.
stuck. Yeah.
I feel like we've all kind of went through that. Like, I've killed stuff before, and just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
And then you look back and you're like, man, that's just like, it's just horrible. Like, we were talking about it in our last podcast, like shooting coyotes and hogs and stuff.
Stuff you ain't gonna eat.
And it's just like, like you shoot a coyote. We were talking about it for turkey hunting. Like, they eat a lot of the poults and turkeys and stuff, and people shoot them because of that. And it's just like, and it might sound crazy for saying this, but they're just doing what they're on the earth to do, to eat. Like, they're not trying to mess up your turkey hunt. They're just trying to eat. And it's just, I don't know. It just feels, and as a hunter, I feel like you feel that more. Like sympathy,
To me, it's easy to forget you taking a life sometimes. Like, you start going into the motions, you waking up every day, going hunting, you shooting, you want to kill. And I don't like it. Like, sometimes I have to, like, stop and think on it. Like, okay, you're every time you pull this trigger, you kill an animal that's alive. It's for me, it's easy to forget you doing that. And I think you should always remember that's what you're doing. And sometimes it might make you, not pull the trigger when you shouldn't pull the trigger, like when it's not going to be a good shot,
Yeah.
And I don't always do that. I'll forget that I'm taking a life, Like that video, I took a freaking 100-yard shot in Catahoula.
Smoked it.
Why did I say that?
Yeah, we get caught up in that too. I stopped for a second this year and I remember when I first started duck hunting, I was so amazed by the colors of ducks and the fact that they migrate and all that. Where you get so caught up in, like, let's just say getting a limit or whatever else may be going on that you forget to even. It's like you don't even look at the colors of the duck anymore. Like, throw them in the bag. So I finally stopped again and said, man, it's crazy how nice and beautiful these colors are on the ducks. Don't get me wrong. We want to, get a limit if we can.
Yeah.
It's competitive. All that stuff too, but we have to continue to remind ourselves that this is why we're here. This is what we're doing. Let's try to appreciate it in every way possible.
Yeah. And it's who you surround yourself with too. Like, I'm glad that I hunt with people that value the life,
Yeah.
Like, I honestly don't want to hunt with someone that doesn't,
No.
But pretty much who I hunt with is Gage, Colin, and Easton.
Yeah.
And then family too on top of that. But we're all in the same boat. If a duck is wounded, the dog brings it back. The first thing you do and hand it down to where the ducks are, and you kill it.
Hand it to you.
We're all on the same page. Like, you just, and that goes like with just everything with life. Who you are, who you hang out with. If you're hanging out and hunting with guys that could care less if a duck's still alive, hanging it from the strap and it's still alive, and just, oh well.
Yeah.
Then that's how you're gonna hunt. It's the same way with everything in life, I guess. Like, if you're hanging out with guys that do certain stuff, you're gonna do that stuff too. So it's.
Yeah,
I've seen that get a lot of hate lately, on TikTok, social media. Did you see those videos?
Which is good.
Those people, like, there was some kids and they killed a duck, or they shot a duck, wounded it, and then they were just playing with his his body, and he was injured. You could tell his head was going limp and stuff like that, and they were just playing with it, and the people freaking lit them up. But I mean, which is a good thing. They need to be taught right. But like you said, it's who you hang around with. If you hang around, there's people around here that act like that. If they don't care, or like you said, they'll just throw it in the bag and forget about it. But
Well, what I do is, because you're gonna get put in positions, let's say on a guided hunt or anything like that, or you're taking somebody hunting, to where, because you say you are who you hang out with sometimes, but never change your character according to the other people that's around you.
Definitely.
So hold your ground and your foot, and if somebody does something morally wrong around you, make sure you let them know, hey man, this is not how we roll if you're gonna be hunting with us, right? And if a guide's taking you hunting and he wants you to do something that you think is morally wrong, man, we really don't do that, you know. So no matter who's around you, make sure you hold true to your moral character, regardless of the people around you.
Yeah.
And you could actually make them become a better hunter or person by doing that. So that's another way to look at it. Because I've always heard growing up people talk about, well, this person turned into that person because of people he hung around with. For me, yes, it does happen, but don't use it as a full excuse, because you're in charge of your own personality, your own morals, you know, and everything else around you. So, no, they didn't turn me into that person. I chose to become part of that thing.
Yeah. It's
Not to disagree with you, because I understand what you're talking about, but what I'm saying, I'm always about accountability for everything. And I think we need more of that.
You could turn them for the better instead of them turning you for the worse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, well, no, I wouldn't. They didn't turn me that way. I chose to be that way. Or how about this? I'd turn them all around to a morally better direction.
I agree with you. Yeah, it's holding people accountable. Like, in the bigger picture, even if you're hanging out with someone like that, at the end of the day, it's still your choice to become like that. Yeah. You know. So I mean, I'm proud to have a friend group that holds each other accountable. I mean, we talk to each other kind of rough, you know, but we're best friends. We would never let anything slide like that. But we talk to each other pretty rough. I don't think any one of us would let anything happen like.
Yeah, and I actually noticed that in y'all. It's something I noticed on y'all videos and y'all in person, is the fact that, first of all, y'all stick together seems very good for y'all age. And not only that, y'all seem to have a pretty good moral compass wherever y'all getting it from, which I know a lot of it's your Bible. But I did notice that when observing y'all videos and everything else, for y'all age and what y'all doing is pretty impressive.
You know where I think most of it comes from? And we talked about this with the podcast with our dads.
Yeah, I think that's
we grew up watching them do everything wrong. And we were like, bro, I don't want to do, like, we got the perfect example of don't do this. Yeah. And, you know, now they're not like that, but I think that's where I get a lot of it from, I think, most of it. And, you know, of course it comes from life experiences, everything, you know, but that's where I think a lot of it comes from.
And that shows you right there the importance of fathers, you know, how influential it is to their children. And luckily now, you know, like you said, they done flipped their lives completely around. But y'all was also able to observe the bad side of it, which was, I think, part of the whole plan, you know, the guy's plan. And now y'all have both perspectives. And which one would you pick?
Yeah.
You know,
I wouldn't change nothing. No, I've said that before.
Exactly. We've got to see which way to not be and which way to be. Honestly, I mean, yeah, it sucks for them how it played out, you know, but they're better now. Yeah. You know?
And look at the power that the word had in their life. Literally, to take somebody from rock bottom. I mean, looking for one more hit of a drug or whatever it may be, to waking up every day thankful, healthy, family wanting to be back around. That just goes to show you the true power that's in the word and what it can do. You know, when people say, well, I have a disease, well, even if it is, whatever it may be, you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. All things. If you put in the work, like we talked about, it's all possible.
There's some of the perfect examples of that, too. I mean, like you said, they were the lowest of low, and now they're both preaching the word to, you know, hundreds of people. You know, it's crazy how God takes that and brings it to here, you know. It's cool.
I like hearing from people in general that have done the things that they're talking about not doing.
Of course.
You know, when they're like, you don't want to do drugs because it's going to bring you here. If someone that hasn't done drugs, yeah, it's still great that they're, saying don't do drugs, but I'm listening to someone that has literally done drugs and to the max extent, and they're
see how it
like, you
affected
don't want
them.
to do this. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to you because you lived it.
Yeah, and overcame it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not still in that position.
That's the biggest thing.
Hmm.
yeah, and overcoming those things.
And that goes for like anything. I love talking to like just older people. Older people than me, or like even like my grandpas. They've been alive for so long. They have so much experience and wisdom that it's like I could just sit there and listen to them talk for hours.
Yeah, and if you look at all the people God used throughout throughout the Bible, whatever you read, or even like you said, people you want to look up to, they've been through it all, and the more you go through and the more you overcome, the more experience you're gonna have.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way. I like to listen to people who's been in the trenches, like.
And we've had people. I remember I was having a conversation with somebody sometime, and it's when Uncle Mike first started his church, and I was like, "You should come. It's pretty good." He just started. They just got that little building right there by the courthouse, and the dude told me, "I ain't going to listen to Michael Riddle talk about Jesus. He was on drugs or something." And I don't remember what I said. I know I took up for him because that's how I am. I ain't just going to keep my mouth shut when somebody says something like that. But I don't remember. But you brought up the Bible. Every single person in the Bible besides Jesus was not that great of a person at some point
horrible people.
before God came
Murderers
and
and
after
thieves.
God came. Like, and they always fell short, like,
Yeah.
what is wrong with a pastor being the same way? That's
It's like
everybody in the Bible was like that.
like the guy that was on the cross next to Christ.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He was being crucified for his sins, which is it's wrong. I mean, you shouldn't be punished by man like that. But he was being crucified, and he didn't. He just said, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but he just said whatever to Jesus, and then Jesus was like, I'll tell you the truth, you'll be with me in the kingdom today.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he was a sinner. He was, I don't know what he did. I don't know if the Bible talks about that. I'm not.
I think one was a
super
murderer, one was a
familiar.
thief.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
Point is, he was a sinner, and then he was in heaven with Jesus the same day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shows you. And Jesus also said to the people out there, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do."
Yeah.
But on a different perspective, that taught me through reading, because I was very judgmental, and we still judge a lot.
Mm.
But it tells you right there, if someone's going through a hard time or a struggle, adversity, don't judge them. If you could, help them, because God may be working through that person in that season in their life for some reason beyond what we could ever even imagine. So you see somebody walking on the side of the road strung out, that may be that may be God himself walking.
Mhm.
We got to remember, hey, don't throw them down. Don't look at them as, a piece of junk or whatever it may be. Just,
Definitely,
hey,
yeah.
God's maybe working through this person to become something great. And because that's what he's done with most of the sinners and thieves and liars. If anything, help them out
Yeah.
if you can.
I like the example of Paul. He killed Christians. That's what he
He's a
did.
persecutor.
That was like his job. And then he went on to write. So his life went from that
Yeah,
to
from
writing the Bible.
doing a total opposite.
Yes.
Because I think he came across Jesus on the road to Damascus.
Mm-hmm.
And he knew right there, he actually came in contact with the true word, and he had to flip it all around. He was doing everything wrong. So, that's a cool story.
So if that's
I
the
don't-
case, like you said, if like when that guy told you about, I'm not going to listen to Michael Riddle preach, he was on drugs, that nobody would ever have read anything. If everybody had that mindset, I'm not listening to a guy that wrote pretty much the entire Bible, and he used to persecute Christians. So, like you said, it's cool.
And you have to remember a lot of times that the people throwing those stones, we're all guilty of something. That they're doing something in their life that it may not be drugs, but maybe morally is terrible.
Yeah.
Right? So we're all battling different things. So like they say, take the speck out of your eye, or the log out of your eye before you can take the speck out of your brother's eye or whoever's eye. Those people that's going to say something, they're not perfect, and maybe even they're doing something morally wrong on a whole different scale, spiritual scale, than you could even imagine.
That's something that I really need to work on more, to be honest. Like, just worrying about other people, before myself. Like, catch myself talking about someone or someone doing something, and I'm like, look at your own self,
Yeah.
before you do that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a hard thing to do.
Is that beeping going to be in there? I can turn it off.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
can
an
hear
alarm
it.
clock.
We'll just cut this part out. All right. Well, we had to take a pee break real quick. All that coffee, we had to go. We'll be back now.
Yep.
So,
I guess we can resume. Do you want to tell, I remember last time we talked about it a little bit, kind of like where you started at, how you got here, I guess kind of like a testimony.
from the point where you weren't a Christian and how you got to being a Christian,
Oh yeah.
if you got one.
Well, my parents raised me up as brought us to church and everything like that, which is a good thing because the Bible does say lead them into the way that they go and they'll come back to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why one of the reasons I came back years later. But so started off in the churches as a kid, which with y'all parents actually. Yeah, your
Michael,
grandma
yeah.
would sing at the church and everything. Yeah. But as a kid, you don't know fully what's really going on at the time. As a teenager, I was still pretty spiritual, I guess, for a teenager. Then once I entered that lifestyle went through a couple breakups where I felt resentment towards God. Literally today's where when I woke up, I was mad at him every morning just for waking me up in general. Of course, alcohol, drinking a lot, waking up every day with that same feeling of resentment. Things didn't go my way, Well, finally, after maybe a 5-year stretch of that, tireless stretch, knowing that, okay, if I keep going this way, it's going to end in a bad way, and I have to do something different if I don't want to just live a miserable life, pretty much. So that's when a couple of my friends, Zach and Jenna, at the time we were kind of hanging out. They would go to a church in Lafayette. It was called Our Savior's Church. And
That's the one my grandparents go to. My mom's side.
Yeah. So I kind of went with them a couple of times there. They kind of opened the door back up for me. And then for me right there, what really changed my life and a lot was opening my Bible myself and started reading. The first time I was like, man, I don't understand this. The wording and the way it's written is so old. Then I prayed about it. I said, God, if this is meant for me to read and understand, help me understand it. I mean, shall thou and all this. I said, put in Cajun terms or something. So he did that for me. Now I'll talk with other people about it and help them understand what I'm reading, because now it makes sense to me. Apparently he opened that door for me because I knocked and he opened it. Mm-hmm. But that was a big turning point. Opening it myself, reading for myself. So now I have the actual word in front of me. So no matter what you say or you say, I know the truth now. Because you could twist, people who twist words, to their advantage on politically or in everyday life situations to try to feel less convicted or whatever it may be. But the answers, I have the proof right here. So I've read it, once, then twice, then 3 times, and every time you read it, you learn a little more. And as you grow in faith and age in life, that same verse could be a different experience later on. Just like maybe watching a movie as a child, and then when you're older, except this is reality, and this is truth, and this is beneficial to everything possibly in your life. So at that point, yeah, everything turned around, and once I realized how much good could come out of it, I felt the desire to say I have to show this to other people, because if it's that good, I could possibly change the world with it if I have a big enough platform or whatever it may be. And that's my goal. It's making a positive footprint on the world with that, because which many other people have found it. But I forgot how they mention it in the Bible. It's like a man or a farmer walking in the field and stumbling upon treasures when you find the Bible. And it's just so crazy, because I have investments in different things, physical things or worldly things, but without that is my greatest investment. It's just buying an actual Bible and actually reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take that from me, everything else you might as well take too. Because after that, I don't have any compass. I can't enjoy the physical earthly things without it anyway. Truly. And not only that, it's eternity. It's not just here and gone, because this life is a vapor. Everything we're doing right now is going to be gone, right? This is eternity we're talking about. So it doesn't just end, which is, man, that's good news.
Yeah.
At one time I was thinking, we're here, we're gone. And the whole book, that's a myth. We'll just throw that out in the back. But no, once you start reading and seeking, you realize your faith is growing, and you realize it's actually a true word.
Yeah.
And it starts changing your life, and you see these things that would never, they may look like a coincidence, but things that would never ever happen without it. And that's where he shows you, hey, it's not just a coincidence. This is where you're going. Your faith is taking you here, and I'm letting you know that I'm doing it. And you're not going to see those little signs unless you seek them, though.
Yeah.
And really look for them.
Yeah.
So would you say that that's what your end goal is for the Pollywog,
Oh, yeah.
Brian?
That's the end goal for my life. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the Pollywog is part of God's plan in my life. That's just what I always pray. Hey, you take me wherever I never thought I'd be doing a podcast right here. So I trust him to just, I was just, I'm just going according to his plan. Of course, I have my own goals, but I'm gonna trust him to take me wherever it's gonna take me. And yes, my end goal would be to possibly, and I think we're already doing that. It's just changing the world or helping the world move in the right direction. No matter what your belief is, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think we all need to work better on that and being more open-minded to, hey, look, this is what I learned. This is what I know. I could observe what you know and are learning, and we could come together and see where the truth is, right? We don't have to kill each other over it. We don't have to fight over it. We could work together, and we'll figure it out together instead of causing chaos. And that, because I've noticed that a lot, that people will just go straight to, even Christians among Christians. Oh, well, I go to this church. This kind of church does this. Open the book. Open it. And start reading. It's going to tell you everything you need to know. You ain't got to worry about what that one's preaching, that one's preaching. We're all looking for the same person or same thing, is the kingdom to heaven. And we can't get there by hating each other, telling you, well, this wrong, this person's wrong, or this group is wrong, this religion. Let's talk about it and figure it out.
Yeah.
Because I know what's working in my life and what has worked in my life, so I'm going to let you know that. And we'll go from there. And you tell me what's going on your side. And they say you judge, judge a tree by the fruit that it produces. Or so just look at the fruits of what this person's doing, and look at the fruits that it's producing within them or a community or a nation or even a continent, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
That's where my mind's going.
That's how you know if you can trust their advice or listen to what they say.
Exactly.
By their fruits. If they telling you all this and that, but their fruits, you don't see no fruits, probably shouldn't listen to them.
And you could discern, as you read, you're going to start to discern the difference between good and bad fruit, because sometimes they look very similar. And as you read and learn for yourself, you can discern what's good and bad fruit, because sometimes you might see somebody with a mansion or nice cars, good business going, but it could be an illusion.
Mm.
You got to really know how is their family life, how's their spiritual life. They might be living in chaos behind those beautiful walls,
Yeah.
right? In misery. I mean,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Money
no, it
doesn't
does.
always mean happiness. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always think about talking about like how you said that we just need to stop fighting and stuff. Like if Jesus came back today, he probably would hate to see all these different religions fighting each other. Like just we're supposed to be one group together, but instead there's 50 different religions all saying I'm right, I'm right.
Yeah.
Denominations. I'm right, no, we do it this way. It just would be so much. It just seems like if he came back today, he would not like to see that. I feel like us being so divided, and
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with, first of all, people not wanting to feel actual conviction, and of course money. Money is the love for money is the root of all evil. So money, of course, is always going to have a big thing. Of course, politics, which at the bottom of that is money too.
yeah,
So those kind of things are always going to be around and that's the devil. He's going to distort all of that to try to break us up in groups and separate us. Because when you come together, it's really hard to break up a group of people.
Yeah.
When you divide them up, the wolf could go after one at a time.
And it's crazy because we all have the same end goal. You
Yeah.
know, it all leads the same way, and everybody just argues about
who's doing it?
the
better.
little stuff
Yeah,
that don't matter as much. I don't know.
And if you would be out doing things, trying to make the world a better place, you don't have time to argue about all that stuff. You have more time for collaboration, like we're doing here. Like, hey, I want to help you. Let's figure this out. Get to where we need to be, and instead of pulling each other down, collaborate and help each other improve and multiply, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I think I can relate to that pretty well, I would say, because like you said, instead of trying to fight and argue and say I'm right, you're right, you're not right. I talk to my grandma a lot about this stuff, and I feel like, and I'm sure if they listen, they might feel the same way or they might not, but I feel like whenever I first started really becoming a true Christian, I would say for my own personal self, like when I started dating Abby and started going to Michael's church and stuff, I feel like they had some resentment towards me, because they're Christians too. They're just a different denomination,
Yeah.
and they would look at it differently, like the way we were doing stuff, like from the way I was brought up. And I think, like you said, I mean, if you find in God this way, then we all ultimately have the same end goal.
Exactly.
I don't think you're not going to go to heaven because you're a different denomination than me. All of our end goals are the same. We're still all, as long as you love him and have a relationship with him, that's the main thing, the relationship, then we're all good.
Yeah.
Now, we might not do the same little things in between, like like I said, they raised us Catholic, and then the denomination or the non-denominational church that we go to now, but all those little things don't matter when it comes to the
it's so
end result.
complicated you can't even say it.
Exactly.
It's like it's not that
I
complicated.
know.
yeah,
I have a friend that his parents, when he just decided he wanted to be a different denomination or whatever it is, and they almost disowned him for that little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
And but like I said, you don't have to have a preacher or a priest telling you these things or what's truth. All you have to do is take the effort to open your Bible up, and then you could actually be on the same page. But like most things, people don't want to do the work. I mean, it's so much easier to do the work, to open it up, look at it for yourself, and I guarantee you, most people would be like on the same page. Even from totally different religions in general. Like, we could all find some type of agreeance.
On something.
I saw a video the other day. Guy, he called it he said the churches are like a funnel, and he said it in a different way. But how I kind of thought of it, you know, you'll have some churches, and this kind of goes into what you were talking about. The pastor won't speak the full truth. He'll only talk about the good stuff. He won't talk about the bad stuff, because when you start talking about bad stuff, people don't want to hear it. They stop coming, and that's less money. So pastors will only talk about the good stuff for the money. And it's not saying that he loves the money. Maybe he just is scared the church is going to fail and he's not going to be able to pay the light bill. You know, so he needs everybody to come. So he gets scared to talk about the bad stuff. And this guy was saying that might not be such a bad thing. You don't need to condemn that church, because I've seen it. How many people have you seen go to a church like that for the first time? They hear all the good stuff. It gets them into it.
Yeah.
And then they kind of start realizing, and then they go to a church that starts telling them some of the bad stuff. But they stay for it because they're into it now. And he explained it. He said the churches are like a funnel. The ones at the top, they might be like that, and they lead you down the path a lot of the times to the end goal, which is having a relationship with Jesus and getting into heaven. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Y'all understand what I said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
That is cool.
Yeah, and I told your dad this last week.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to just get my family together. So let's go to John's church.
Yeah.
And I noticed that he was preaching on the things that would run a lot of people away.
He always does that. He likes to. He likes to.
Yeah, he said, look, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything.
Yeah.
This is where we need to be doing. This is what. And I said, man, I really respect that, because most people would be afraid to say those things, but that is what's written.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm about. You know, hey, if it's going to take effort for me to not do these things, I'm going to stick around. And you know what? I want to come back and listen to you again, because I need to know the things that's going to get me to that ultimate goal, not the things that's going to sugarcoat it and keep me
In the same place that you at.
Yeah, I want to improve.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't want to just say I sat in the church that day and now I'm good. No, I want to know that I'm actually going in the right direction.
Yeah.
And for a preacher to do that, he actually cares about you.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a father cares about his son. If he really cares about his son, he's going to discipline him. And that's hard. Now that you're a dad, it's really hard to spank him, right?
I told Ivy that the other day. I said, man, it's hard to even fuss at him, like if he's doing something so small, you know. But you have to.
Yeah. And if you don't, they're going to be chaos, and it's going to cause them
To continue that
yeah,
chaos.
that in the future, and it's going to maybe end up in them being in prison, or maybe getting killed, or whatever it may be. But if you could just like, and Father, God does that to us as He is our Father, so He disciplines us in ways that He really don't want to.
Yeah.
But it's all a cycle. If you really start studying it, it all makes sense. Why we need to show discipline, and that's why I talk about it so much. Discipline.
Yeah.
We lack it so much as a culture that's so comfortable in everything. We have so much comfort and luxury that we don't even acknowledge that we need to discipline ourselves in spiritual, physical, emotional ways.
Yeah.
And it's out of love, like you saying, for the discipline thing, just like a father, or just like with God, you know, like when you have to discipline your child, you don't wake up in the morning, you're like, today I'm going to whip my child just because he's being him, you know. God's doing the same thing for you, you know. He's putting you in your place. I like to be put in my place. And you know, told, like, if I'm doing something wrong, let me know. But
yeah, I'd rather you punch me dead in the face right here than have to whip my son. Like, you know, that's how much I don't want to do it.
That's basically how I feel. Yeah.
Reed's gonna be bad.
I haven't had to whip Reed yet, but
he's too little. I can't see him doing nothing wrong.
How old is he?
Oh, he's turning a year at the end of this month.
Oh yeah, he's still.
What
little.
does Reed do wrong, bro?
Nothing.
Yeah.
You could tell, like, when, like, even a baby like that, when they figure out that, okay, that was wrong, and they want to do it again. Like the other day, we were feeding him. I had cooked something, and he took his water bottle, and Abby told him, you know, leave it on the table. Like, he understands. He's very smart.
Yeah.
And he'd look at her, he'd do like this, and he'd drop it, and she fuss at him.
Yeah.
And he put it back, you know, and it's little things like that. If you don't ever say nothing, it's like those kids they talk about all the time. You see them climbing the shelves at Walmart. You know, they just get out of control, and then that out of control, climbing the shelves turns to, like you said, end up years later, no discipline. You go into jail, you get killed. You know, worse and worse. But
you could hope for a kid that like fussing at him works. Like you don't have to whoop them.
oh, that's how I was.
Cause I know, I can tell. But I had 2 little sisters, and one of them you'd say, "Don't do that," in tears, crying, sad. I'm not ever gonna do that ever again. The other one, "Don't do that." I don't care. Whoop them. And you know what Mia, she would do? She would just take it. I don't care. You can whoop me all you want. It ain't gonna do nothing. That's when you got a problem. So, I don't know. Maybe Reed, you won't have to whoop him. Maybe he'll be
like me.
Fussing
just
on work.
fuss at him and be like, all right.
Yeah.
That's the kid I was. I mean, I tell my parents now, thank y'all for getting me right, because I was stubborn like my youngest one, Emmett. And let me say this too. I need improvement on correcting them. Because I have a soft heart at times, and it's hard. That's something that I say I really need improvement on, is disciplining my children, because it's a hard thing to do, and it's something I'm still working on. But I now thank my parents, because I was, and still am. I mean, I'm stubborn, which is a good trait in a way, I'd say. But my youngest one, he's just like that. I could whip him or whatever it may be. He just
takes it.
I'm good. And he'll do the same thing right after again, just to see how far he can go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, what did I do? I mean, nowadays, you know, you happen to leave a bruise on somebody or something, you're getting the cops called on your child services. So I'm like, man, where's the balance here?
Yeah.
So that's another time I'll start praying about it and say, man, you know what, God, just please help me discern when I need to do this and not, and make me a good parent overall, because it gets hectic.
That's how we were, probably. Like, a whooping didn't do much to us until they started, like, they realized that they had to take it to the next level, and they started chasing us with, like, a big, long piece of bamboo, which is probably not right. That's when we got scared. It started working at that point.
I was the kid that had to get whipped, for sure.
Yeah, I remember.
I mean, I got my fair share.
Landon was the kid that climbed the Walmart shelves.
Okay, yeah.
But I would get whipped for it, but I would just still do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
It's funny because I was talking to John the other day, and he told me that he whipped you more than he whipped his kids. Like, whenever y'all all together. Like, like I said, I mean, everybody's different. You literally, Colin could look at me right now and start fussing at me, and I'm done. I'm good.
Oh, I know.
I'm not going to cry because I'm grown now, but, like, when I was little, I was just like, my dad, I'm not exaggerating when I say this, and so, I think it was y'all that was laughing at me a while back. I've maybe been whipped twice in my life. Like, my sister, you had they called the cops on her one time. Because, like, she, you know, like, she's just one of those people, like you said, who just take it and then do it again, do it again. My dad would fuss at me one time. That's good, cuz me and my dad best friends now.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing with you no more, you know, but I don't know,
Hopefully Reed
Reed's
got
like
that from you, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would hope.
Because if he's stubborn, like you said, the tenderheartedness, sometimes I have that. I don't think I could, like, do it to where I'm so mad at him, like we want a fist fight, you know? Abby will have to take that part if it comes to that, but hopefully it just takes my trait.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I would catch a belt about once a week, for sure.
Oh, every day.
Come home from school and you just know it's coming.
When we went to Dad's, I got a whooping every hour of the day.
God
At my
dang.
mom's, it was once every 2 days. She would whip me with the little rubber thing that you get like the cake mix out the bowl
Oh,
with.
yeah,
It's suction cup. That's what she whooped me with.
y'all were just bad then, I guess.
Oh yeah, we were bad.
My youngest one, I'll paddle him sometimes. He'll say harder.
Cool.
Yeah, harder. I'm like, bro, are you psychopathic or what?
Like, are you serious right now?
That's crazy.
And I'm thinking, man, I really got a problem here.
Yeah.
And but he could be the sweetest thing too
Uh-huh.
sometimes. And I just don't understand how they switch up like that. I had a serial killer 2 seconds ago. Next thing you know, he's Sweetest little
Mhm.
angel flying around.
Is that Eli, the one that's always in the videos?
No, it's Emmett.
Oh, okay. Is that the younger or
That's
the
why
older
he's not in the video quite yet, because I had to tame him a little bit. Yeah, Eli, he listens a lot more.
Yeah.
And he reacts to what I tell him. Like I can say, hey, don't do that.
Mhm.
He'll react a little better to Emmett. Emmett is just like, don't
Yeah.
matter. You're going to have to whip me before I even think about listening to you.
Then I'll think about it.
Yeah.
You start out the day, they wake up in the morning, you whip them, and you say, if you do something wrong, you can get another one.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I need to do with him.
Golly.
But I remember, to change the subject, we talked about last time, you mounted everything in here yourself?
Most of it, yeah.
How do you do that? Because you got mounted crawfish, right?
Yeah.
How do you? That's cool. How do you do that?
The crawfish I learned from the same guy I learned a lot of my cooking from on the tugboats. We just cut the crawfish down the middle.
Yeah.
Take all the meat out of it. We made a little tool that extracts all the meat out, and we would stuff them with borax bleach and newspaper. Dry them out real good, and pin them the way we wanted in the form we wanted. A lot of my creativity came from being bored out on the tugboats and not wanting to pay for mounts anymore either. I would pay for duck mounts.
I've never mounted a duck because I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah,
I might have to learn to do it myself, like you.
Nah, it's tedious.
Yeah.
And it'll take a lot of time.
Is it hard?
I'd say for the average person, it's a challenge. Especially, I just started doing it. I didn't go to no school or anything. I just started cutting ducks open and skinning them and stuffing them with moss and borax bleach.
I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Paper, whatever I could. Before I knew it, I had people calling me to start mounting things for them, and I was like, man, I don't want to be a taxidermist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this is not where I want to go with this. But I did. I mounted an alligator for a guy. I did some fish once I got really good at them, and now I'm to the point in my life where that time to me is more valuable spent doing other things rather than mounting animals. So now I'll send my stuff to a taxidermist again, and utilize my time in different ways. But yeah, if you look around, I got a little alligator there.
Yeah.
How do you even do a fish? Like, how do you...
A fish?
I know.
Like, I get you can stuff a duck.
Yeah, the fish, I skin them from the backside, make a line from the backside, take all the meat out from the backside. You know, try not to poke any holes in the skin. Take all the meat out the head. I did from the back. Take the eyes out, the brain. And I actually stuffed those fish with some rags on the boats, engine room rags. And I painted those with a paintbrush. I got better later on. I would use an airbrush with a stencil to where they look very realistic. But those right there, I just winged it.
Do people still mount fish in the actual fish? I thought a lot of people do like replicas now.
I think it depends on what you want.
Yeah.
Some people still want the actual fish. Some people want replicas, mostly so they can let that big bass go to reproduce.
Yeah, don't they do that in Toledo Bend? They give you a replica and you go release it.
Yeah, anything over 10 pounds, they mount it for you for free.
Yeah.
Which
nice.
you bring it to weigh in, and they take all the pictures, measurements, if it has scars, pictures of that, and then they let the fish go. And they have a ceremony of the year for all the people that caught one.
I wonder if one's ever been caught twice and brought over there. I bet you, I'm sure they would know if they take pictures of the scars and stuff, huh?
It's possible,
They'd
I
be able
mean, I
to
guess,
tell.
but
Do they tag them?
I don't know. My uncle caught one, this was maybe 10 years ago, 9 years ago, and he did the replicas in the camp. I don't know if they ever tagged them. I wasn't there. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool because it's like, I mean, Toledo Bend, the fishing is very good,
Yeah.
But there's like a ceremony. It's like 200 people that have caught a bass over 10 pounds.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's a big bass.
Yeah. I probably 5 pounds is probably my biggest.
I've never caught nothing close to 10 for sure.
Me neither.
Especially in a lake. It's different in a lake,
Which I never bass fished a whole lot either.
Tell Gage that. That's all he cares about. He says he's quitting all hunting.
I didn't say that.
I was pretty heavy into it for a little while, but I realized I was like, what's the ultimate thing I could do is catch a 10-pound bass probably, and then what I do after that. So I'm thinking that it's like I could catch a million bass in between. I don't know. That was my mindset on. I was like, it's like, how about I just go somewhere where I could catch a 10-pound bass and then call it a day.
Yeah.
You never top it.
But that's a bad way to look at it, to be honest. Because, I mean, a lot of people enjoy sitting in their boat, using different bass baits, catching bass to eat sometimes. I get it. It wasn't something I really stuck with.
I like it. I like hunting way more. If hunting season's open, any kind of hunting season, I'm not going to be bass fishing. I'll go every now and then just to go get some vitamin D, be outside. Because I have trouble sitting still. So I'll go just to be outside, you know? That's how I think of it. And I like it, but not like Gage. Gage, he's making baits and stuff now.
I've been doing that, dude.
Now, see, I could see if you taking it to that level, making your own baits.
But people make fun of me though and stuff because I don't keep any. Like we came the other day and caught 10, and I didn't keep none.
Yeah.
I just like to do it. Like Colin said, like just to be outside when there's nothing to do. Mm-hmm. And whenever I said that on that podcast, I got taken out of context. I didn't mean like okay, so all the people on TikTok or on social media started to kind of roast me, I guess, a little bit. They're I can't believe you said that.
So now you're trying to redeem yourself on this one.
Yeah, I want to clear the air.
All right.
When I said that, I said this time of year, I meant like I'm not going and like Easton went scouting for turkeys this morning. It doesn't open for another month, you know? Like I would like to, but I mean I'm just gonna go do something different this time of year. Now whenever the next thing comes around, then I'll do that. I'll switch over, you know? Yeah. But like I was last Saturday, we usually all hang out on the weekends if Colin's home too. Landon was in Colorado. I was bored, so I just went in my shed and I started making all kind of baits. My dad was fishing a tournament the next morning, and I don't know, but
yeah,
it's
you're
just
probably gonna get
like
roasted worse on this one.
Yeah, probably so.
No, I'm messing with you.
That's why I would like to try fly fishing. How they go and they make all their little different baits and stuff.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to do that.
Oh, I don't know how to do that. I just make soft plastics.
I could see it being like bow hunting compared to rifle hunting. Like, you know, you just kind of.
Yeah.
You don't think so, Landon? You laughing?
What, fly fishing?
Yeah.
It's fly fishing is so out of my league that I don't even know.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to cast it.
But
like I've just never done it. I don't.
Yeah.
If I ever get the chance to, I'd like to. You know, I'd like to DIY it
during turkey season.
Well, that was gonna be my bachelor trip.
Really?
We were at first. My bachelor trip plan was go camping. I wanted to go to Missouri. I found a place where you could turkey hunt and trout fish the stream for like brown trout and rainbow trout and stuff. And we were gonna do that, just DIY fly fish. Like everyone get a pole off Amazon, $50.
Yeah,
but
I'd have brought my bait caster.
Me too. I thought the same thing.
I did that a couple months ago.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fly fish?
No, I wish I would have.
Oh, I saw it when y'all were in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I saw that.
If you go there to Broken Bow, they had this trail. It's called the Fringe Trail.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a couple miles long, but it ends up traveling along a pretty stream, whatever you want to call it. And of course, I snuck a little small pole in my backpack because I knew if I seen some water, I had to fish. And my goal there was catching a rainbow trout. Yeah. And I wasn't going to leave till I caught one. And Eli and I went up, well, the whole family, Eli, my wife, and Emmett, we found this little spot by a big rock where I could tell the water was calm right outside of the rapid part. I knew they had fish there. That's how I catch white perch a lot of times, or sac-a-lait. And I had the whole setup, but just like I was brand fishing, they have what's called salmon eggs. Put them on a hook with a cork, cast it out, and we ended up catching probably 10 nice rainbow trout.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. I never caught a.
Never done that before ever. Like
me either.
If I go back, I'm gonna bring a fly rod though.
What'd you use?
Just you have to have a barbless hook there.
Oh.
With a cork, just like you're brand fishing here.
Oh, okay.
And I used salmon eggs for bait.
No, I'm talking about like a rod. You just use like a
it was almost like a kiddie rod almost.
Yeah, he said
just
he fit in his backpack.
In the backpack, it's a little bit better quality than the Mickey Mouse ones or whatever you see out there.
It's one of
man.
them ones that folds up, kind of.
No, it was just a little short pole.
Oh, okay.
I've
And-
seen those. We bought
Yeah.
one for Reed the other day. It's like a little tiny one, ugly stick or whatever.
Yeah.
I would. We do need to go do that though. That would be fun. I just always never understood why they do this so many times. And I watched a guy the other day talk about it, but I'm like, I actually had one. I won one at a tournament when I was little, and I returned it to Academy because I didn't know how to cast it. I won the whole setup. I was like, I'm never gonna use this, so I just return it.
Well, y'all wanna end it? It's
Yeah.
at 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's probably because we didn't start until like what, 10
Yeah.
minutes
Probably
in.
have 12 minutes of excess stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think-
9:45.
But it's 2 hours 16 minutes. But anyway, it was good talking to you. I want to do it again. I don't want to just make it a one-time deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we talked about us doing that faith camp, which we hadn't said anything about that to the public. Maybe get you involved with that too. You said you'd be interested in it. But yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all coming out. And
Thank you for doing it.
of course, yeah, we'll do more podcasts in the future. I think this one went pretty good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
liked it.
We covered a lot of stuff.
The first one was good too, but
Yeah.
Landon's
Yeah.
a terrible podcast runner. He
Nah,
messed
it's not
everything
as
up.
far as just
Yeah.
freaking gator tails outside, man.
I really enjoyed this time spent with the Love to Hunt crew making this podcast. Let us know in the comments if you'd like to see more podcasts similar to this one. As always, we'd like to thank God for another beautiful day in the bayou, and thank you for watching the Pollywog Cabin.